Sup guys, I'm Kel, Red Zone Rogue, and welcome to my top 10 video for the Strangers of New Valhalla. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to Happy Little Hug Factory. Those guys support this channel. I think you guys should support them as well. They're one of the few companies out there that support Force of Will YouTubers, and they have incredibly good prices on singles, sealed product. I'm pretty sure they're actually sold out of Strangers of New Valhalla right now. They may or may not get a second restock of the set, but they have incredibly good prices. Bookmark them, use my affiliate link in the description down below. They're like one of the best places to get Force of Will stuff in my opinion. But without further ado, let's go on with the cards. These are my top 10 favorite cards, not the best cards of the set. These are just my favorite. And they also in no particular order, so let's kick it off with Soul Prison. This card is a really sweet Chant Master rune. It has Divinity of 3, it costs 4 generic, and then 2 darkness, which is a lot, but you may pay 3 less to play this card if your J-Ruler is Lucifer or Lucifer Fallen Angel of Sorrow. So it only actually costs 3 to play if this is a Lucifer deck, which, you know, it probably should be. It says target Resonator gains 0/-1000 until end of turn. So it's basically a 3-drop removal spell, but that's not it. It also says when that Resonator is put into a graveyard this turn, put it into the field under your control. So you kill one of your opponent's dudes, and then you get it. That is super good. That is a sweet 2-for-1 value. That meaning, you know, you remove your opponent's dude, and then you also get a dude. And it only costs you 1 card, and it is a rune, so it can be in your rune deck, and it only costs 3 to play. Divinity 3 is pretty low. This card is awesome. I love this card. It's a really cool effect. It doesn't really get rid of a lot of the huge stuff, but any like mid-range to lower, it gets rid of, and you steal it, which is awesome. I like this card. This card's awesome, and the art is awesome. Next up, I have Liz, Sealed God of the Island. She is a doozy. She's a 1,000/1,500 for 6 of any and 2 wind. That's 8 total, but she says you may pay 1 less to play this card for each Resonator you control. So this is Turbo. Go back to the old school Turbo with like Gwyber and stuff. Not quite as good as Gwyber, but she's actually quite good. And she says other Resonators you control gain Barrier Resonator. Pretty sweet. So it protects your Resonators from other Resonators. And it says Rune 3. So if you've revealed 3 runes, enter, put target non-magic stone, non-resonator card from your graveyard into your hand. That's sweet. So it's basically like you can put a chant or an addition or something like that from your graveyard into your hand, and it has a huge body, and it's like really cool turbo style card. I can see this card seeing play in Wanderer. I'm not sure if I see this seeing play in New Frontiers, but I think it's sweet. Also, once again, fantastic art. Look at that cute little Chimimi in the background. And I remember Mimi Tribe. I don't know if that's specifically Chimimi, but anyway, Liz is great. I don't know if she's gonna go in like a Wander Elves deck, but I think she'll see some play somewhere, probably. Next up we have Schrodinger, the Harlequin of Phenomena. This guy's kind of weird, and I really like it. He is a cost 4, 3 of any, 1 water, attack 0, defense 100. That's horrible stats. However, he's a fairy tale wanderer. I really like a lot of the wanderer cards in this set. Not like for the Wanderer format, but like the Wanderer Resonators. He has an enter, remove target Resonator in a graveyard from the game. If you do, this card becomes a copy of it and gains Mask of Mimesis, something like that. And then what Mask of Mimesis is, which is cool by the way, that has a named ability. You can rest him, remove target Resonator in a graveyard from the game. If you do, this card becomes a copy of it and gains Mask of Mimesis. So basically, he becomes a copy of a dude in a graveyard, and then he gets the ability to become copies of dudes in graveyards. This card's awesome. I like him quite a bit in Limited, though it might not see a whole lot of success. You kind of have to have some stuff built around it. But it is any graveyard, so you can do it from your graveyard. You can do it from your opponent's graveyard, which is pretty cool. I can see this card seeing a lot of really fun play in like new, not New Frontiers, Epic Stories, or maybe even Wander, maybe some combo potential where you can put something in a graveyard and then play him for a lot cheaper. I like it a lot. I like this card a lot. It's super cool, and not much else to say. Next up, we have Athenaeus, Sealed God of the Ruins. Other than being best skull waifu, she has 1,200 attack, 1,000 defense. She's a 5-drop, 3 of any, 2 darkness. She's a Resonator human, and she does a good job of killing stuff. When she enters, your opponent has to banish a Resonator, and if they don't, they banish a magic stone. So even if they don't have a Resonator, they have to get rid of their stones. Pretty cool effect. When this card is put into the graveyard from the field, your opponent banishes a non-J-Ruler entity. So basically anything except for J-Ruler. And she has a rest ability. Resonators your opponent's control gain -200/-200 till end of turn. And if there are 4 or more runes revealed in your rune area, Resonator's opponents control gain -400 instead. So this is a pretty cool like board wipe effect. I think this card is really, really good in Epic Stories. I'm not sure how good it's going to be in New Frontiers. 5-drop cost is really expensive. I do think this is going to be a really good limited card, and it's a really cool and fun casual card. I think a lot of people really like this one because, I mean, come on, look at that art there. And yeah, I just like it a lot, and I like how the skull is crying like pink tears. Yeah, this card's really sweet even. So next up we have Zhuge Liang, or Zhuge Liang. I'm not sure how to say this. Zhuge Liang, I'm just gonna call her that. She's a 900 4-drop, 2 of any, 2 fire. She's a Resonator human wanderer, probably one of the coolest new characters in the whole set. She has enter, search your deck for a card named Peng Tong, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. So Peng Tong is not a card that is actually in the set. Peng Tong is a card that is in the starter deck, since he's in the fire starter deck. And she also says rune 4, so if you have 4 runes revealed when you play her, enter, you may put a card named Peng Tong from your hand into the field, which is pretty good value. And she also says rune 4, Rester, banish another Resonator, cancel target chant spell. That's super cool. Like, fire is getting like cancel abilities, and it's a cancel ability where you just gotta rest a dude. I mean, she is a 4-drop, which is a lot. You kind of notice this theme here. There's a lot of really powerful cards, but they have really high costs. And Peng Tong himself isn't too bad. And in case you didn't know, and you probably didn't know because who the hell plays with Peng Tong? Peng Tong is a 3-drop, 2 fire, 1 of any, 400, 800 human Resonator. He has an enter, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You can reveal a fire card from among them, put it to your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So that's actually really, really sweet with good old Liang here. For a 4-drop, she's a 900 body. You get to search your deck for another dude that has, 400, 800 body, put him into play. Then you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck because you get his enter ability as well. Put a fire card from among them into your hand, which is better than drawing a card because it's like card selection. And you can like banish him on your next turn to cancel a chance spell. I think this card is absolutely fantastic. Just really, really cool. Really cool energy, really cool art. Energy? Synergy. She has cool synergy as I hit my mic. I don't know. I think this card is awesome. Next up we have probably my favorite card out of the whole set. And for many reasons. Many, many reasons. Just look at this. Just take a second and bask in the glory that is Mystiline, the Pious Sword Saint. Or Pious Sword Saint. I can say the words right. She's a 1200, 5-drop, 3 of any, 2 light. Resonator human wanderer with amazingly gorgeous art by Lack. Just perfect. Enter, you can pay 1 light and 1 of any less to play your next rune this turn. So she kind of combos and lets you play another rune this turn, which is really, really good for cards in your rune deck, by the way. Kind of lets you play like a freebie. And since it's, a rune, it can already be in your rune deck, so you already have it. You don't have to, wait till you get one in your hand. It's just in your deck. When you play a rune from a rune area, so once again, combos with the rune area, put target Resonator with total cost 3 or less from your graveyard into the field. So you play her, get this amazing 1200 body. You get to play a rune from your rune area, so you get an additional advantage of playing that for free, and then you get a 3-drop. This card is sweet. And then it says, when this card blocks or is blocked by a Resonator, destroy that Resonator. So she just kills anything that she fights with, even if it was big enough to already fight her, she just kills it anyway. This card is amazing. Easily one of my favorite cards of the set. I mean, being a 5-drop is kind of a lot, but man, this is a really, really good finisher for any deck that this can see play in. I mean, just fantastic. I'm jamming a full playset of these into a Brunhild deck. She's going to make me want to do like Brunhild Valkyries. Even though I have my Angel deck already, I think she's going to be fantastic in the Valkyrie deck. And next we have a card that goes really well with the last card. This is Blade of Faith, featuring old Mystiline herself. This is a Chant Master Rune, Divinity 2, costs 3 of any and a white, but you may pay 3 less to play this card if your J-Ruler is Brunhild, which makes it only cost 1, which is ridiculous because it says remove target Resonator from the game for 1. That is actually incredibly good. Just a 1-drop removal spell. And it's not just destroy, it's remove it from the game. This card is bonkers. This card is absolutely bonkers. And it's a Chant Master Rune, so it can go in your main deck? if I got that right, because it's chant, so it can go in your main deck. I don't know, this card's ridiculous. I love everything about it. It is just perfect. Next up, we have the jankiest card on this list, but probably one of my favorites. It is Mystery Box. It's a Divinity 3 chant rune. It costs 7 to play, 4 of any, and 3 water. But it says reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, put all non-chant cards from among them into the field, and the rest in your graveyard. If this was awakened, players cannot chase to it. And the awakening is discard your hand. So this is a really, 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 really cool combo card. You can come up with just any mishmash of 5 non-chant cards. You can somehow get them on top of your deck, play this, discard your hand, because you presumably are going to be winning anyway, so your opponents cannot chase to it, and you just combo kill them with whatever mishmash of things that you have. I'm sure there are things out there already that exist, and yeah, I love this card. It's ridiculous. It costs 7 to play. I don't think anyone's going to play with this, but I think this card's awesome. I think it's really fun, and I think if you do kill someone with this, you deserve a clap, a pat on the back, because it's super cool. There's major, major style points. All right, the next card we're going to talk about is Guinevere. So we got Guinevere coming back. This is Guinevere, the Mobility Queen. It's a weird title, the Mobility Queen of Mobility. She is a 1-drop, which is sweet. 0 attack, 200 defense. Resonator, Human Machine Wanderer. So she's got like Cyborg Wanderer going on. She says enter or put 2 +100/+100 counters on target machine resonator. So she can like put it on herself. Banish a machine, put 2 100/100 counters on this card, and she has a rest ability, remove a total of 12 100/100 counters from any number of machine resonators you control. Search your deck for a card named Super Mobile Fortress Camelot and put it in the field, then shuffle your deck. And that's kind of a big deal because Super Mobile Fortress Camelot is a 6-drop. So it's a 1200 resonator machine with flying, and as an enter, return up to 2 target resonators your opponent controls to their hands. If you control Guinevere, the Mobility Queen, destroy them instead. This is crazy. I don't know how often you're going to get up to 12 freaking counters, but she is super cool. I think she's going to really help make machines playable and competitive, and help make good old Arthur hopefully worth playing. And she's a 1-drop. Just by herself, she's not the worst. She's not the best by herself, but if you have a deck built around her with a lot of synergy, I think she's super cool. And I think if you want to build a machine deck, I think she's highly, highly suggested that you play her, because if you can pull it off, it's really, really sweet. All right, and the last card for this video is honestly one of my favorites, probably in the top 3 for me. This is Astema, or Astema, the Returnee of Hatred. So she is a Fallen Angel Wanderer, Resonator. 700 attack, 600 defense. She only costs 3, so 2 darkness, 1 of any. She has flying. She's an enter. Your opponent loses 500 life. If there are 3 or more runes revealed, then you gain 500 life, so that's really, really sweet. You can pay 400 life to draw a card. You can only play this ability during your turn and only once per turn, and you can pay 1,000 life to make your opponent lose 500 life. And you can only play this ability during your turn and only once per turn. This card is awesome. This card just reeks of value. Really cool. She has a good body, so 700, 600 is pretty good with flying. When she enters the field, she immediately nugs your opponent for 500, and she can gain you some life, which you can then use to like draw cards or kill your opponent. And that's paying 400 life per turn to draw a card is actually super, super good. Using your life as a resource to draw cards is amazing. And basically any game that you can do it. Magic the Gathering, Force of Will, drawing cards is awesome. And I think this card is awesome, and she probably has one of the best arts in the whole set. This is, you know, one of the cards that I definitely want to get a full art of. And I think it's a good way to end this video because I didn't plan this, but yeah, this card is super, super cool. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for some booster box openings of Strangers of New Valhalla, and I will see you guys then. Have a good one, and I will see you next time. Oh wait, check out also my Twitter and Patreon and all that crap too. Peace out, guys.